Good Monday morning. Thanks for joining us on Kare 11 News Now. I'm Alicia Lewis. This morning, damage assessment starts in Hawaii as Tropical Storm Lala continues to hit the islands with damaging winds and heavy rains. The storm downing trees and power lines, leaving nearly 70% of the Big Island without power. Heavy rain also causing mudslides and washed out roadways. Officials spoke about the hardest hit of areas.
It was actually 32 inches of rain in Lapahoihoi, 32 inches of rain. Unbelievable. And, you know, in a short period, just a few hours when that happens, they were getting 2 inches of rain per hour. That means all kinds of damage. And frankly, that's going to be major recovery.
Right now, the storm is moving towards the south side of the state. Well, happening tonight, community members in Hopkins are coming together to remember a mom and daughter killed in a double murder-suicide at a home daycare. This is video from the scene last Wednesday. Police say Nathan Brown stabbed his wife, Kristen, and 7-year-old daughter with a screwdriver before killing himself. 6 other kids were inside the daycare at the time. Parents say Kristen built a lasting bond with every child in her care.
And every child that came in her home was treated as her child. Like, she truly, she believed and took that very seriously. Like, if a child was with her, that was her child. And I truly think she believed those children were her children even after they left her home. Like, they were her kids.
In a statement through the Hopkins Police Department, Kristen's family wrote, quote, "We are completely heartbroken and devastated over this tremendous loss and tragedy. Our families ask for time and privacy as we grieve. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the children and families of Brown Bear Daycare." If you or someone you know is in trouble, help is available. The number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline is on your screen. You can also text the word BEGIN to 88788. Both are free and available 24/7. Right now in Minneapolis, police are searching for the people who broke into 2 coffee shops just blocks apart from each other. Take a look at the surveillance video from Rick's Coffee Bar. This happened Friday in South Minneapolis. You can see 2 people climbing through the window before going behind the counter. The store says the burglars stole about $800. The break-in, though, comes just months after the shop's internship director, Amos, was killed while confronting people breaking into his truck. Customers say they're showing up for the business now more than ever.
I know they support the veterans, and that's wonderful, and they're great, and I feel really sorry for their loss of, Amos and the robbery and everything.
Yeah, Kare Coffee and Cream just down the street says they were also burglarized that same morning. Anyone with information is asked to call police. We're following breaking news this morning. Hayden, who starred in series like Heroes and Nashville, has died at the age of 36. That news released just hours ago, and reactions still pouring in this morning. Our Audrey Russo is at the live desk with the latest.
Yeah, a lot of love for the actress pouring in over social media. You can see folks sharing pictures from different points in her career. Now, according to NBC News, it all started with a 911 call around 2 p.m. yesterday. Paramedics in Greenville, South Carolina, finding Hayden Panettiere unresponsive. And despite medical aid, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, Panettiere has been in the limelight from a young age, making the transition to adult roles in the late 2000s. Though best known for her roles in Heroes and Nashville on TV, Panettiere also has some film credits, including Remember the Titans and the Scream franchise. Now, Panettiere has an 11-year-old daughter who lives full-time with the actress's ex-fiancé. In May, Panettiere released a memoir about her struggles with addiction and mental health. And when promoting that book on a recent podcast, she opened up about seeking treatment.
So it became this horrible cycle for years of battling depression and anxiety and alcoholism and substance abuse and me just trying to find my way back, my way out of this darkness.
Now, according to NBC News, police have not indicated that there were any signs of foul play, and more details are expected later on today. Back to you.
Right now, the war that started back on February 28th is showing no signs of ending anytime soon. And now the U.S. military readiness is being questioned. NBC's Bianca Fucini has the latest from Washington.
Nearly 6 months later, Iran is calling on the U.S. to, quote, accept the reality of defeat. This as the stability of the American military is being questioned. At least 2 American military vessels are facing a wide range of claims. from low morale to soldiers struggling with severe mental health challenges, claims the White House denies.
No, they're not.
The retired Admiral Mike Mullen, the former chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said Sunday that the truth is, quote, somewhere in the middle.
We learned in Vietnam, we deployed for a year at a time there. That's just too long.
Now the X account representing the USS George Washington has shared a new video promoting food services on board as the ship is expected to replace the USS Abraham Lincoln. There are few signs, if any, that the war is close to over. In a social media post, Iran's deputy foreign minister wrote the Strait of Hormuz, quote, will be opened and closed only under Iran's command. The post came in response to President Donald Trump telling supporters he would declare the strait a U.S. territory, while also asking for grace with gas prices.
So, for you to pay a tiny little bit more for your gasoline, just remember, you're doing it so that a very evil country cannot have a country. Really, it's the #1 state sponsor of terror in the world. We don't want to have them have a nuclear weapon.
Meanwhile, Senate Democrats are pressing the Pentagon. In a letter to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, all 13 Democrats on the Armed Services Committee are asking questions about conditions on the USS Abraham Lincoln, including when service members can finally return home. And elsewhere in the Middle East, the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, will meet with Israel's prime minister today, just a day after meeting with the leader of Hamas on Sunday. In Washington, Bianca Fascini, NBC News.
Today, a former Anoka County assistant attorney facing 24 prostitution charges will make her first appearance in court. Court documents say 35-year-old Andrea Sampson helped recruit and post commercial sex advertisements for several women. Court documents also show several quotes from 13 alleged victims who said they've provided money from their transactions to the organization. Sampson worked in Anoka County's Family Law and Civil Division. Developing now, a Minneapolis man is accused of defrauding the state's Medicaid program will be back in court today for a plea hearing. Fernando Navarro is facing 4 felony counts of theft for allegedly stealing nearly $70,000 from the state. Court documents say Navarro submitted fake timesheets and received payments for taking care of a child who had moved to California. His hearing set for 9:15 this morning. We're just a few weeks out from kids across the state going back to school. And a new school year means shopping for new school supplies. But for a lot of families, the combination of high prices and recent federal immigration enforcement is putting them in a really tough spot. Our Raya Katene shows us how others are stepping in to help in today's communities that care.
This is, of course, not the first time we've seen an effort like this pop up to ensure that all kids have what they need to be successful in school. But the people behind this drive tell me it is the first time they've seen this big of a demand after so many families were impacted by Operation Metro Surge. During that time, Colonial Market owner Daniel Hernandez was constantly responding to families' needs, from providing help with groceries and bills to assisting with legal paperwork in case a child's parent gets taken away. But now he and Viviana Salazar, who leads the nonprofit Nuestra Lucha, are teaming up to address another need they say is urgent, helping families get school supplies and backpacks. They say they've made hundreds of calls and collected hundreds of backpacks, but are still collecting more because the need is so great.
And during Metro Surge, we started fundraising for rent. We were delivering food to families in need. And now we're trying to see that their kids go back to school with the school supplies they need.
One of the things that it's been heartbreaking is a lot of these kids only have one parent. And it's not that one died or one is in jail or something, one is still in detention. So if we can make these kids smile for a little bit, you know, we are definitely gonna do that.
Supplies and backpacks can be dropped off at Colonial Market on Penn Avenue or donated through Nuestra Lucha's website through the end of the week, and they'll be distributed to families on August 22nd and 23rd. Back to you.
This morning, we are less than 10 days out from the Great Minnesota Get Together. This is video from the fairgrounds yesterday. You can see people dropping off their creative arts and crafts entries. We talked with one woman who was entering a textile she created.
So this is a blanket I crocheted last year. It took me about a month and a half to crochet, and I found the pattern online, and I just loved all the different like little animals and stuff, and I thought that it was just such a cute blanket.
It really is, and we could see it with a blue ribbon in the next few days here. Best of luck to her. Hey, stick with us. More news and weather coming up after the break.